Hello again.
These are clothes and snacks for Lisa, along with gifts for her friends. As for this box of old books her papa insisted I bring, I'm not sure what they're for. I'll just let Lisa decide what to do with them.
I'll bring on the nice things to Lisa. Have you prepared water, chat? Are you staying hydrated? Because I know I am. What do you mean you don't have water? What the hell? So, I was originally going to read yesterday, but then I had a devious fight with a villainous bread knife. I am okay, but at the time, I was a little bit panicked. So it kind of threw off my entire mindset.
I'll stay here. Just call me if you need something. Hard to believe. Sometimes I can be very patient, Doctor. Have you ever tried combing 19 tails in one go?
19! Huh? Wait, 19? That's a lot. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. 19? Is there a sister we don't know about? This theme is so good. I want to real quick take a quick detour because I've not done these for a while. Why are you mad at me? I haven't even started yet. Not Mal's also forgetting that these exist. Oh right, I can use this one instead of that one. I'm so good. L. Me when I'm reading. So that obviously has to go there. This has to go there. There. There is the only one that can go there. And there. Yeah, this one is really easy. Don't worry. I always deliver. I know you do, Crown Slayer. I know you do. This one is weird. No, this one is bait. This one doesn't go anywhere because it can't go on any of these sides. And up here is pointless because I need those two down there anyways. That one is entirely bait. It has to be. How the hell do I do the rest of it then? Oh, okay, there's room. Okay, I'm just very good at video games. It's literally that easy. Another L. Why are you angry? I haven't done anything. What the hell? What do you mean justified? What did I do? What I do? What did I do? What? What? Huh? I can only put 4? How are he do it? How are he do it? He's actually so smart. No one even knows. I am actually that smart. I should literally sit down and have a talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'm that smart. I'm gonna talk to my manager and we're gonna have a collab. And then I can tell him about this fictional, well, your manager, yeah, my manager, you know. I'm literally Yoshi P, but for my own content creation, I'll have to talk to my manager about getting a collab set up with myself. I'll have to send myself a business email and go eat a burger with myself and talk about it over a nice snack. Alright, I believe we made it to PV7. So, a recap. The city has been getting new governance after the events of Il Circusano. Leon was preparing to do a speech publicly for a video shoot that would kind of cement that things are going in the right direction. Before he actually got to do the proper recording though, he had to go and see his friend Dimitri. And on his way there, his car malfunctioned and he crashed into a delivery truck and was put in a coma in a hospital. Out. Laplamp was driving by at the time, seemingly. And she's been minding her own business, pretty much. She showed up here and there, doing things. Things have certainly happened around her. Who else do we have to catch up on? We have Lavinia, also known as Penance, who has been very stressed about the whole situation because she has to be a judge, she has to run the government, she's worried about Leon, she has been trying to gather clues on who the hell caused this to happen, who is at the top of the pyramid that made that car crash happen. And involved in that car crash is the Truckers Union, where we know Irene works with some of her, trucker friends, one of which is Summer. And Summer has, before the events of any of this, picked up Lamia. who has had a bout of very bad luck about falling into holes, falling into more holes, getting shoved into holes, getting hooked and pulled around, and it's just been an all-around bad time for her, and her master got murdered. She then passed out in the wild, got picked up by Summer, and was like, yo, can you drive a truck? And she's like, fuck, I guess. And then they've been driving trucks. Until the unfortunate evening. It was Summer who was in the car accident. And the only reason why he even drove that truck is because he needs to make enough money to get oripathy treatment for his daughter. And thus he has been kind of smuggling, he doesn't know what, but he's been smuggling to try and make a little bit more of ends meet. Irene didn't know about this, but has decided to try and keep it secret, and to get the trail off of the truckers' union, she has decided to try and pawn it off to Lapland's old familiar. Meanwhile, Volpes Foya, also known as pause. Ingrid. It's somewhere in my mind, I just couldn't fucking remember it. Ingrid has been trying to do a little bit of revenge. She has been figuring out who, once upon a time, basically stabbed Lisa with an Originium weapon and gave her oripathy. I don't remember the story, go read it again. No. She has also been very much involved with the Venetia family, but she decided to leave it because she doesn't want them involved in anything that she's doing. And that's the last we saw of her. She has also been pursuing the Fangs, also known as Luna Cub and Project Red. They are both Fangs, they must kill each other and everyone who gets between them to win the Beast Lord Wolves game of fucking Game of Thrones. Pt3 seems to not actually have anything to do with the crash and seems to be genuinely worried about his boyfriend Leon. Oh yeah, and we have the sewing, the tailors, who was just kinda accidentally messed up in all of this. Where, fucking Figurino, I can't remember his operator, I'm not gonna look at it. Figurino were there at the evening of the crash and was taken away because he saw too much. And was since then retrieved by his master, who begged to be uninvolved in any of the Familiar's matters anymore, despite him seemingly once having been a very skilled, basically hitman for the family. Now, where we were last time was a bit of a reminder of what happened with the truck, because while Irene is about to pawn off the truck to Lapland's familiar, old familiar, and the police department is also about to find the truck, it has been hidden in the carnival float, in one of them, kind of as a way to fucking hide it. And while Clownslayer, oh yeah, and Ingrid and Ingrid and Lavinia talked to each other, and then they looked at you like you were trash. That is a very important detail. My bad, chat. Crownslayer found the truck. Finally, we got to see what has actually been smuggled, and it is so many weapons. It is staves, it is wands, it is like arts conduits, it is guns, it is crossbows. It's all bad. And while basically sandwiched in between the police force, the dock workers, and the familiar, Crownslayer does the one thing she knows to do. She falls in a hole. I mean, she lights the shit on fire. Also setting ablaze a float that basically has the visage of the wolves that kind of, in the tippy top of the shadows, rule Syracusa. That is where we are extremely poorly told. I was about to click play. Huh? Oh, hi! Tisk, tisk, tisk. We got here too late. They finished their fight, and now there's no one alive to talk to. You stopped our duel to watch a boring shootout? Woman and wolf standing on the barren lands as the sun rises, with a yellow cap parked not far from them. The cap's hood bears a deep depression from a prior intimate meeting with a boulder. Tire tracks twist and turn in its wake, peppered with strewn up dirt narrating the car's journey here. Several bodies lie around the car. The wind carries a stench of blood far away, inciting the low growls from wild beasts in the distance. Saro, there are two things you ought to understand. One, I'm not a toy for your entertainment. Two, as my toy for my entertainment, I've realized an immortal Signor DeLupi is just so boring. Compared to you, isn't a familiar shootout happening in the middle of the wastes much more interesting? She literally pointed to the immortal demon dog and said, I own you. The car still moves after all that? Where's its original destination? Let's see. A spot circled on the map, Nova Voshani. And some entry documents in the glove box. And some entry documents in the glove box to boot. Looks like we're all set. A familiar name. Hey, Saro. Help me drag these corpses aside so I can reverse the car. You want to? Syracuse has graced us with an invitation. Don't tell me you'd refuse. I didn't think a Signor DeLupi would be so rude. I told you I'd walk with you until the victor is decided. Then help me out. How are he do it? Me, who actually does want to be a voice actor, and I haven't failed reading yet! But now I've said it out loud. Il Tassirozza. There you go, I fucked it up. The taxi driver. That's days before the crash. Salve. 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 Salve? Fuck it. One of those words. One of those was correct. You don't have to be so formal, Senor Capone. Relax. I just didn't want to spook you with this scary mug of mine. After all, it wasn't easy to secure a meetup with you. I thought a lot about your proposal. If the City Hall staff discovers I privately transferred my citizen points to you, they will just pick a few documents from your pile of certs, write a little explanation, and change the name on them. Simple. I'll earn 50 points, while you get A lot of dough. We ain't violating no laws here. If City Hall got a problem, it just means the new Urban Management Act needs some revisions. I bet you know this better than me. When you put it like that, man, they're literally trading credit score. It's literally RMT. Identity registration. Yeah, registration is awful unfair, ain't it? I turned over a new leaf. Paid so much guarantee money in the past 6 months, and did so much community service, all thanks to my criminal record. All that work, and I still haven't earned even half of the 120 points that I need. But you, a clean resume, and law in the experience in law-adjacent tech industries. You're pretty new here, but the points you've covered is... Oh, the points you've converted from. All that's already enough to become a citizen 3 times over. It'd be a waste to keep them for yourself. Alright. I applied for an appointment next week to get my documents authenticated. I'll get the revisions done before that. Easy, pal. Huh? Aren't you the one waiting to become a citizen ASAP? What I mean is, have you ever thought of putting off your citizenship application? What do you mean? Lots of us guys in the city could use a lot more points, but there ain't many guys like you who can get them so easily, so... I'm happy to play middleman. Nova Vashon introduced a new urban act to deter people like you. Sorry. I mean, aren't we... Yeah, right. Contradicting. I had to... I've realized from reading a few other things in between, a lot of the reading issues is actually the font. If the font was a bit more spaced out and a bit thicker, it would be a lot easier to read for me. I mean, aren't we contradicting the city's founding principles by doing this? Come on, pal. Relax, relax. I was just thinking out loud is all. Don't mind me. What do you want? I'm a professional streamer, so I muted my phone. But noodle on it a bit. Why'd you come here? A stable income, a better life? Do you think that after you became a legal citizen... You think you'll get that after you become a legal citizen of Nova Vashon? Work in an entry-level job at a law firm? ... She's on screen again! You're going to stay here and watch them all night, Lapland? Why the rush? How can we start our night shift before getting some food? Want a slice of freshly baked polentana? That's a real Syracusan dish, you know. On second thought, let's not waste it. You're in a good mood. Just because you witnessed that strange deal happen? Saro, how long have we been here in Nova Vashon? More than 2 months. And how many places have we been in that span of time? How many customers have we ferried? Isn't it uncomfortable seeing everyone in a city act so prim and proper? The city hall staff and court juggles And judges are itching to slap their laws on their foreheads, ready to fight against Syracusan's old customs and rules at any moment. While the familiar are trying their best to prove how much they like and have adapted to this new set of game rules. Shut the fuck up, bitch! Hold up. I've never seen Syracusans this restrained, this uncomfortable. Like everyone has a mask sewn onto their faces. It'll be Carnival soon. Are they even in the mood to enjoy their so-called carnival? I'm thankful for our two friends here worrying about their citizen points. For showing me Syracusa remains the same. And it's in every Syracusan's nature to turn every new territory into a swamp. Now I'm looking forward to the carnival. Hey, are you even listening? I smelt their scent. Your compatriots, the other Signor De Lupi? She can fix me. No plans to catch up with them? A Signor De Lupi who has left the game should no longer interfere. Don't look so defeated, Saro. You did lose, but it doesn't mean you can't derive any more fun from it. Think about it. What else can you do? Free yourself. We return to the swamp for a leisurely swim. And you? When are you planning to say hello to your past? I can't speak Italian. I think it means, my poor old papa, you mean? Basically. I already said addio. Though I did prepare a gift for him. The cab driver stops talking and lifts her leg onto the dashboard to rest in a more comfortable position. Hell, I'm gonna... Hold up. We're getting in character. I have a thing that I can put my legs on. Through the car window ahead is a wall spotting a huge billboard advertising its winery. A sullen-looking man with his tightly knit bow brandishes a wine glass towards the camera with the following invitation. I don't know. I can't sit like this. Salute Silvino is looking for a senior legal advisor. Several other positions also open. Apply to join us today. I realize for my Texas, for my Lapland accent, I want to put a little more ease on the end of words. Just like Supra. Don Alberto, we got the information here. Please, have a look. We have a total of 13 wineries in this city. 6 of them are undergoing a qualification audit and cannot operate for the time being. 2 of them, on the city's outer plates, are about to welcome their first harvest. And the warehouse, lab, and bottling line are ready. But there's no way we can handle this many ripe grapes in this short of a period of time, with half our wineries not operating. The root of our problem lies with the city hall's attitude towards us. Those Strozzi are obviously targeting us on purpose. These files are meant for our friend here. He as the means to solving such problems. Alberto looks across the table, where a red-headed Lupo has been sitting for a while. The wine is finally decanted. He takes a sip, calmly turning to meet Alberto's gaze. I wonder if this is Dimitri. Whoa, it's Dimitri! Merge and restructure all Salutio properties in the city into new entities, including both the operating ones and those undergoing an audit. Then hire non-stakeholder employees to manage on-site operations. This is feasible under the new Urban Management Act. Simply put, I will transfer these properties to you. Familiar Bologna does not have any large-scale businesses, so the procedure should be relatively simple. Yet, you've been rejected more than 10 times now. Whenever does this involve Bologna? Whenever it involves Bologna or Salazio, the government and council, or should I say Leonzo and Lavinia, always tend to react in more defensive manners. It sounds like I have no option but to refuse this arrangement. Dimitri, what I value more is that you understand Leonzo better than anyone else, as well as the rules he has set. You are best fit for this position. I want to see if the City Hall will blatantly clamp down on us even after we tie our companies together in total compliance with the new Urban Management Act. Don't you agree, our new Don Balone? Don't treat me like your puppet, Alberto. I admit Balone's company registrations has met many bumps on the road, and your invitation is timely. You get rid of some troubles, while I gain the right to legally enter the city. We're just business partners getting what we want. Even though the Bolognas are not what they used to be in Syracuse anymore. Even though this new city doesn't have Familia anymore. You need to know this. My choice to work with Salazio Vino does not in any way mean that the Bolognas will be at Saluzio's beck and call. So you'd best put that title to rest. I'm not sitting here as the Don of Familia Bologna. There's no point in acting tough, kid. Whether or not this collaboration will mean the Bolognas have thrown themselves at Saluzio's, I'm curious how Lorenzo will see it. Almost forgot. Maybe he doesn't even care at all anymore. He already abandoned you. If you insist on this topic, aren't you a lone wolf too, Alberto? The White Wolf Salazio, your daughter, who always disobeyed your orders, has left the Familia forever. According to my sources, she arrived in Nova Vashoni a few months ago, as a cab driver. I'm curious too. Did she come back and add insult to your injury? Or will she return home and help the Salacios? Lapland. I banished her. You meant to, and she went in and fucking spat in your face before you got the chance, homie. You didn't do anything. From what I know about her, she's probably thinking that's not how it went down. I won't take offense from you, Dimitri. You're different from Bernardo. You understand what's going on. These harmless differences will not affect our shared interests. So why not take this as a happy start to our collaboration? Fine. I won't waste my breath then. Why not... Right. Why not you sign this equality contract first? Equality document. Equity document. Fuck. Document first, Senor Alberto. I'll use the dividends from this month to get Leon to reminisce about the good old days. And then he got hit by a truck and died. I'm not putting enrichment on screen. Oh. Look. I still need... I need a few things. Yes, hold on, actually. I can do that. Hold on. Alright. Are you ready? The back rooms? The back rooms? Yeah, okay. So, before the back rooms... hello? Back rooms? No, I need Subway Surfers gameplay that I can just loop. And I also need, basically, royalty-free, I guess that's the best term for it, like soap cutting videos that also just loop, like 30 different fairly short ones that I can just loop forever. Yeah, you know those videos where people cut soap and it's not satisfying at all, but like, wow, it certainly is soap being cut into. Well, there's also sand. Like, there's just a bunch of things people cut into. It's like, wow, this is so satisfying, and I don't get it. I don't get it. Went and talked to your fellow floating head, sir? I did. A hypocritical and sly wolf. Caesar has turned her fang into an idiot who only knows how to bite people and suck blood. She won't be able to find Vargo's fang even if she sniffed every single corner of this land. That fang has never showed himself. Hidden very well. But if we had Bernardo here locating a Syracusan in Syracusa, would be going through a pile of hay for an animal. Simple. If I don't interfere and help them out, gods know how long they're going to drag this out, this round of all. Saro, it's rare to see so many words spill out from your mouth, eh? I'm going to stab you. In Minecraft. You're upsetting the table and relishing it. Like you are. Isato, stop worrying about winning or losing. Learn to do it for the love of the gamer and derive even more enjoyment from it. That's what games are really meant for. How do you wolves fail to even understand this? No Vashani nights are dark. Woman and wolf stands atop a building, sandwiched by the night sky above and the noisy city below. Pre-carnival activities happen in all sorts of shades and forms. Vehicles speed through the cities, pedestrians shuttle to and fro. They enjoy a panoramic view of everything happening below. They cover their fangs with masks and use a festival to divulge their thirsts to to have it all. How sad. On the contrary, you seem to have enjoyed this farce. Not even. What I meant to say is, even... It's impressive that I can even punch this table, because I don't have arms. I'm a floating head. When did you become so interested in such boring activities? Citosaro, you're noisier than the people who used to hang around me before. I'm just enjoying the breeze. We're practically having a VIP seat here. So, keep quiet and wait for the show to begin. Shut up. I'm going to... slash unmod. The actors are already on the stage. Man, so I saw a video the other day, partially because I wanted to refresh my memory of the story a little bit better. Whenever one of these came up, he had a voice filter to put on that made it sound like he was talking through a walkie-talkie, and I wish I had that. That would be awesome. I know how to do it, but I need to figure out voice mod again. Because it is doable. I know how to. I have voice mod installed. I just haven't used it for a long time. Partially because when I'm in Discord calls, depending on the game, my microphone will just start being weird in Discord. And one of the other issues I have with voice mod is that 9 out of 10 of the voice changes are AI powered now, and I don't want that. I just want the change in how it sounds, not an AI interpreting what I'm trying to say and then saying it back. One of the voices, one of the voice mods in it, actually does a really good Fiddlesticks from League of Legends effect. And I can actually talk like Fiddlesticks. It's not too difficult, but it sounds a bit silly when you don't have all of the effects with it. But I'll have to check it out again. We'll save it for another time. Write that down, chat. Write that down. Wait, can I do it in another funny way, though? You're late, Leon. I'm sorry. It's been a really busy day. Still working on your inaugural speech. I'm literally talking into an empty glass. I was about to say an empty glass of water, but then it wouldn't be empty. I know Fiddlesticks has no voice filters, but there are still effects on it. Well, that too. We're planning on a birthday party for the whole city. It's not quite the same thing as planning a party at home, is it? You remember? Of course I do. Did you think I was going to forget how you brought ginger ale instead of beer for a banquet and pocketed the difference to buy a car? Well, I guess that did happen. You sound distracted, Dimitri. Do I? It's nothing. I guess it's been too long since we saw each other last. Holix. Take care on your way, Leon. Take care on your way, Leon. Might have taken that as a threat, if we weren't in Nova Vashani. Enough joking and hurry up. I've been waiting at the seat by the window. And then he fucking dies. Drives by a tailor jogging in the streets and heads to the end of the main street. I should pick up pace. I should pick up pace. I can't miss the delivery window and yeah, I can't miss the delivery window and hand over the clothes to Senor Alberto. The Don Familia Solacho. Minor spelling mistake. No! I'm glad we have that one. It's such a good gift. What kind of man is he? Lucino gasps for breath, with the suit in his arm as he hurries and as he runs through a deserted alley, illuminated only by the light coming from a cafe. Alright, Dimitri, did you do it? Oh. That's the 5th slice of pizza and 3rd glass of that juice you just gobbled. Are you that hungry? Shut up and drink this espresso. Ugh, it's so damn sour. You're gonna lend... yeah, you're gonna lend me your head if I... yeah, you're gonna lend me your head if we screw up this mission because of this sewage you gave me this sewage gave me diarrhea? Wow, that's a sentence and a half. They are very gay together, obviously. Suck it up, I just picked it off the shelf. Nobody uses this frontage road anyways. Besides, it's just hauling a bunch of tires. What could go wrong? No need to get all worked up over a boring job like this. I'm tired of hearing you whine for the past 2 months, Gambino. Haven't you figured out a new boss yet? Trying too hard to show off will only have the opposite effect. Fresh meat like us gotta be patient and wait for our chance. Well, you ain't exactly a model employee, Capone. I thought you'd at least show a little bit of, you know, shame. There's hardly a place for a solution in Syracuse these days. Not a solution anymore. It's your shame, not mine. I just wanted to get my new Overshawny citizenship sooner rather than later. All the work I put on over the 6 months, all the guarantee money I paid, and I'm only halfway to the required points. Halfway? You get 50 points more than I do? Have you been doing community service while I wasn't looking? Shut your crap, Gambino. Silica? Definitely what you said. Shut your crap, Gambino. Want a last chance, and you know it. Keep your eyes sharp on the street. Should be coming any time now. You got any pizza left? Give me one. Cazzo, it's cold! How have you even managed to eat this? As the two grumble to each other, a dark shadow quietly slips through the alleyway. A+ voice acting. This is the smell. True wolf. A truck drives past Red and attracts her attention. Are you hiding inside? No. Over there? She looks towards the opposite end of the street. ... Grandma, I'm a wolf hunter. I remember. Oh. Girls? Vargo, I hope you left me accurate instructions on how to identify them. It'll be such a headache if I hurt the wrong... It will be such a headache if I hurt the wrong people. With blade in hand, the Vulpo leans on a wall, hidden within its shadow, waiting in silence for a prime opportunity to strike. She'll eliminate the 2 targets who threaten Umberto's life in one go, and then demand her reward from the wolf. A kid loitering on the streets this late? Dot 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 dot. That figure. Was I just seeing things? Lamia, why did you space out so suddenly? It's nothing. I was just a little tired thinking about holes. I'm very scared of them. Have you ever seen a manhole cover that's just missing the cover? It's terrifying. You'd better get off and wait for that wait at that intersection coming up. We're about to arrive, and there'll be trouble if the Venetians. There'll be trouble with the Venetians if I show up with some rando in tow. Dot 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 dot. Lamia. Enough. I got in your truck, so I'll stick with you all the way. Thanks, Lamia. No matter what happens, I'm lucky to have you with me. You've been listening to this song in a loop for a while now. Not tired of it? He has autism and ADHD, or both, or one or the other, because he can listen to the same song for like 10 hours. He's one of us. Of course. A Chance Encounter is an amazing song, and Sora's got one hell of a singing voice. It's the hottest new single this week. There was an interview saying she recorded it just for the carnival. Summer hums to the song looping from the speakers. Soon, the truck will reach the turning point ahead and dump into the other car. Carnival's curtains are slowly pulled open. Lap dump. In just one city block, we have our young and promising acting mayor. Fangs, people coming home for festivities, and Silesians too. I don't even know who they're seeking protection from. What a crowd. I couldn't make it even noisier. Just wait, Saro. You don't have to do anything. Pretend you're a cab driver who turns on the radio at the right time to tune into a story. The games humanity plays are much more interesting than your kind's preference. Just to select a few people to fight each other. Caesar's pub has discovered Agnes's pub. Look! Isn't there another car coming from the port? Bang! The truck crashes into the car and flees in panic. Eye-watering flames, hysterical crowds. Those who shared the same stage obviously perform the same those who share the same stage obviously perform the same play. Just a chaotic show. I don't see what's so fun about this, Lapland. What's with the rush? Before the play truly begins, allow me to perform my duty as an upstanding citizen of the city. Pronto. Is this the police? Me? Just the driver for hire. I'd like to make a report. See? The Port District. That's right, an accident just happened. Simona. Honestly, that vaguely gave a bit of a reminder of what's actually been going on. Oh. What does that word? What does that mean? Bunangurno? Bunangirano? Buyongirano? That's my... Good morning, dear residents. After several months of preparation, Carnival will be held as scheduled in the evening of November 9th, where hundreds of thousands of citizens will be on the streets celebrating the one-year anniversary of Nova Voshani. According to the Carnival Organization Committee, all the beasts... Yeah, I had to check my notes twice. I thought it said bests for a moment. All of the beast floats have been assembled at the port and will be moved to the expansion plate today in preparation for the night's parade. The street theater competition is also concluded with the most popular team will gain the privilege of illuminating the floats on behalf of every citizen here and on Carnival night. This guy on the radio stinks? Yeah, he's pretty bad. Other shortlisted plays will also perform on both the sides of the parade path along the floats. The committee hopes that everyone will cooperate and maintain the float's mystery before their forms are unveiled on Carnival night. Please rein in your curiosity and do not sneak a look, photograph, or spread any float-related information. In other news, on November 5th, a traffic accident occurred in Quintestrada in the Port District late at night. With one injured reported, the vehicle responsible escaped after the chase. The police quickly got the scene under control, and restored order in the area. The incident did not have any serious consequences, so there is no need for our dear citizens to worry. So I know that that's not an L. I read it wrong because on my screen I've activated Windows in the corner of my screen, and it's like interfering with the text, so I didn't see it correctly. Maybe I should activate Windows one day. That would be pretty funny. Presently, the police has established a special task force to investigate and identify the vehicle responsible, and the chase should be closed within the next few days. The case should be closed within the next few days. Citizens who discover any relevant clues should contact the police as soon as possible. This fucking glass is an amazing prop. Texas? Oh, you're back. Just a brief visit. I'll go back to court later. How's Leon? The doctor came here 3 times, only for a routine checkup. Only for routine checkups, though. At least his condition isn't getting worse, I suppose. I know that's an option. I'm just lazy and stupid. I'm guessing you had trouble dealing with the case yesterday. The case was closed in a way I didn't want. In a way I was powerless to stop. Texas, I don't recall you having a habit of turning into the afternoon news. The situation isn't quite as optimistic as the news would make it out to be, right? We found some clues locked in onto some suspects, but we haven't made any other progress. Who called the police that night? The info we got was all fake. Hard to investigate. Maybe I could help. I know quite a few people in the city. Those from the Familiar. Nasty Texas. I know you've been keeping an eye out on the whole thing. Your mere presence in Volshini was enough to strike a nerve in every influence in the city. Some were angry, while others got a wake-up call, and we managed to turn things around. But a year's passed, and we're in Nova Volshini now. A new city, without the Familiar. The Last Texas can't really do much. In other words, the Last Texas shouldn't be allowed to do much here. Yes. Senor Texas, there's a phone call at the reception for you. Oh, I'm getting the glass ready again. Me? Who's this? Need a ride, Texas? I won't be waiting too long. I already know who that is. No, it's so funny to me. The relationship between Texas and Lapland is Lapland went to the raid that basically, ended the Texas family completely. And we're explaining lore real quick, so, hello, are you still there? Good. And Texas was met face to face with Lapland during it. Lapland was kind of in a situation of, this is the last one. If I kill this one, Dad will finally be proud of me, and if she kills me, I'll finally be free from the swamp that is Syracuse. And Texas just fucking left. And then Lapland got mildly, infatuated with the fucking, with Texas, because, wow, she actually just left the swamp without any issue. That's amazing. This person is crazy. I love it. I need to see them more. And Texas' relation to it is, it's you again. Texas has, who are you and why do you keep following me? She actually acknowledges Lapland now, after the events of Illustrator Kasano, but before that, it was very much I don't want to pay attention to you. Could you just leave? And Lapland says, no. Kill me, Amika. Is it chest? Oh wait, is that... Oh, I forgot that was still going. I don't remember what it's for, but I think there's some stream RPG. I don't know. Yep, the point. Yeah. The sun was so strong in the last 2 days. What's with this sudden heavy downpour? You wouldn't be carrying an umbrella if you were, no. Okay, I needed to take a moment. Is this a sarcastic voice line or is it not? And that caught me off. You wouldn't be carrying an umbrella if you were really surprised. Beep beep, over here. On the hood of a cab, under a huge black umbrella, the driver casually plays with the car keys in her hand. Oh my god, I can do that. You got here so quickly. Yeah, she's just sitting on the car. Das quanto tempo, Texas. The driver slowly lifts her umbrella, revealing a sharp crescent and unrestrained smile. She then nonchalantly tosses the umbrella aside and salutes a greeting to Texas. One second, actually. Hold up. Why is there porno music playing while this scene is happening? Like, this is some shitty, like, 2000s Flash game. Like, it's a good track, don't get me wrong, but like, huh. Did you leak your second model? Ah, yes, of course. Damn, my bad. Revealing a sharp crescent and unrestrained smile. She nonchalantly tosses the umbrella aside and salutes a greeting to Texas. I'm not gooning, what do you mean? Oh my god, Praman extinct tongue. Hell yeah. Lapland. Thunder. You said her name and the thunder was like kapow. Hey, yo, that's such a good piece of art. The weather got me thinking about our old home. The nights and the rain in Voshini. Yeah, the weather here has been quite great until today. But you saw this rain coming, Texas. I just prepared for the worst. We're still in Syracuse after all. Just having one rainy day after so many days of fine weather is pretty rare. What exactly happened with that accident? You mean the one with the balloon and wolf pup? Surely you're not suspecting that I did that with my car right here. I wouldn't be surprised if it was you. Yeah, good art. You wouldn't be right here now if you have nothing to do with it. I do know a few things. Willing to have a ride with me? This is about to turn into a different scene. What kind of ride? Who's packing? Why not? I wouldn't be standing here otherwise. You know, I thought you'd be nice and shade me from the rain with your umbrella. You seem like you're enjoying the rain. Didn't want to spoil your fun. That's the Texas I know. Are you going to just stay on? Are you going to just stay on the car like that? It's such a big rain with no spectators. Not tired? Oh, haven't you been watching me the whole time? Get in the car, Texas. Our destination is quite far away, so it'll be a quite long drive. Right, I prepared a gift for you in the passenger seat. I saw the snacks. I don't have an appetite right now. It's alright. It's not merely full this time. I've long changed my tastes. Yeah, she's still playing with the car keys. Doing this. I should be role playing with my car keys. Hell yeah. Though, I know you're still obsessed with these old habits of yours. Texas? Back so soon? Oh. It's me. Pt3? You shouldn't have clearance to come here. There's always a way. You can't prevent him from seeing Leon forever. I brought some flowers. Is there a vase in here that I might put it in? We used to have roses like this at Ballone's residence, remember? Dot 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 dot. Don't look at me like that, Lavinia. The police have thoroughly investigated my travel in... My travel history on your orders for the past 2 days. Every single detail. Hold up. Itinerary. The gacha game has now told me another new word. But they found no clues linking me to that accident. I'm not so stupid to think you'd commit the crime yourself. My City Hall colleagues told me how they recently received an entry ownership change application from Sheila Chauvino. Why are you collaborating with Alberto, Dimitri? Shut up, chat. Shut up, chat. Shut up, chat. Since this city, or should I say you, have been so unwelcome, I had to figure out a way. I had to figure out my own way to stay here. Doesn't it comply with the city rules? Perfectly. Then, wouldn't it be better if I stayed within your sights? You've already deployed enough officers here to watch every step I take, any contact I make, every order I give. I should be allowed a visit. I was the one nursing Leon back to health whenever he was sick. Hold up. Oj. Hold nu kæft, mand. Thank you. The balloons won't give up trying to enter the city, Lavinia. But, in any case, there is no need or reason for me to hurt Leon. I'll accept your flowers in his place. But, I'm sorry, as an officer of the law, I will not allow a potential suspect to meet the victim in private. Leon's safety is closely tied to the city's. No one can say where the chaos will come from next. Texas, what is it you wanted me to see? I see the rain earlier wasn't heavy enough. Fire. The speeding cab suddenly brakes when it nears the fire, leaving clear skid marks on the still wet ground. Would you believe me if I said I brought you here to extinguish the fire? The monstrous wolf breathes flames and thick smoke into the air. The giant beast-shaped float burns. The bright firelight standing out against the dull, dark sky. Lapland? No, that's the other voice. Lapland, how much do you know about this? Suspecting me? No. You'd have chosen a more classical and conspicuous method. Like, you would have left the trailer on purpose. You'd be standing in the fire right now, at least. Not next to me. You know me so well. Too bad the workers and police are pretty quick to act. I think they'll put the fire out quite soon. You should be thanking that burst of heavy rain earlier. Otherwise the fire might have already burned down Nova Shaniport to cinders. No matter how big the fire is, it doesn't change the fact that it's here in the city. Leon and the others wanted to give the city a brand new festival to help build a collective identity. A car accident that left the mayor in critical condition, a giant blaze breaking out at the logistics port just before carnival. That's enough to keep the civilians up at night. Doesn't it feel like some kind of omen? A proclamation or even a provocation? How much do you actually know, Lapland? What's your objective? Tisk, you sound anxious. Why? Isn't Nova Vashani the proving grounds of Senior Celestia's promise to the youths? An experiment is bound to produce mixed results. As the first witness on the scene, I can tell you for certain that Balloon's pub car's crash was purely an accident. You've been watching over him at the hospital, and his condition has only been stabilizing, right? So what's causing your anxiety? I look forward to your answer, Texas, at Carnival. No matter what you're planning, I'll be keeping an eye on you for Lavinia. Then sit tight. I have no interest in wasting my time with those officers. Leaves her at the port. Summer! How can that be? The parade float got lit on fire along with the goods. Yoink! Ugh! Calm down, it's me. The police are on the way here. Just stay out of their sights. Lamia? Where'd you go the night before yesterday? No. Wait. Why are you here? I have more questions than you, Summer. Girl failure! Where'd you go after the accident? I went to find Irene. She knocked me out cold and then locked me inside the warehouse. Well, a lot happened, and it was one hell of an escape. Come with me. Everyone's attention, is focused on the float right now. My smoke will cover our tracks, and no one will spot us. Why is there a burned spot on your jacket? The fire was my doing. The police would have discovered the truck and its contents, and I wouldn't have done it. And And if I wouldn't have done it then and there, I wouldn't have done it. Yeah, they would have discovered if I didn't have done it then and there, and that was my only way. Enough. We'll talk when we're safe. Those officers. Wait, Lamia. Someone went over there. Irene? Who's that guy with her? Irene Lasava and Alberto Salucio. Could you both please kindly explain what brings you to hundreds of meters away from the fire? I don't see a need to explain myself. If you want my answer, have the judge bring the evidence and arrest warrant to me first. I will be waiting. We get it, Senor Salasio. It's true we don't. It is true. It's true we don't have any evidence to pin you as a culprit, but it doesn't mean you're completely unrelated to the case. As for you, Senor Irene, the float burned nearly nothing, but we managed to collect the fragments. We'll be sending them to analysis later, but we're basically certain that that vehicle used for the float was a truck from your group. As the head of the truckers union, you'll have to come with us for our investigation. Senor Salasio? Senora, our previous agreement still stands. I believe you have no link to the matter, but do be careful about what you say once you leave this place. Otherwise, even I won't be able to help you. Don't you find this place familiar, Texas? But this time, the one standing in the Defender's dock is neither you or me. What a shame. Even if you take the judge's word that this case is suspected of endangering the city's public safety, there is no reason to let all of these people in here. A trial for a truck driver, and the audience gallery seat are filled with made men from two familiar with conflicting interests. I'm liking Nova Vashani more and more, Texas. But I have to say, this trial was put together more quickly than I thought. Probably a special procedure. Carnival is tomorrow, so it's understandable that they would want to settle the case ASAP. Do you know this Irene woman? You don't have to probe me, Texas. I only met this poor driver once, but I can guess how she ended up in here. You mean she's innocent? I didn't say that. Isn't this scene a regular occurrence in the swamp of Syracusa? It swallows everyone up eventually. Not everyone can escape like you did. Either you get killed and silenced, or you hide within the mud and drag out a meaningless existence. Texas, do you believe that Nova Vashani offers a third way of life? Silence? Silence isn't here. You're funny. In accordance with the new Urban Management Act, the Novovoshani Criminal Court will commence with the Novovoshani Port Arson Public Procedure Case, number 00278. Court is in session. Defendant, please state your identity for the record. Man, I actually rolled that off my tongue pretty well. I only stumbled a little bit on how I wanted to present the case number. I'm proud of that one. We pat myself on the shoulder for that one. Hell yeah. Irene, born in Silesia, currently a member of the Truckers Union and living in the Truckers camp on Velasco and Toronto, Sana to Toraro. But I can't read when. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Hold up. I want my chips. Oh. Shut up! Fuck you! What did they mean our testimony would be invalid in court? Does that mean we can only sit here and wait for the results of a trial? I wanted to go even more than you do, Lamia. After all, it's because of me that Irene... But you heard what happened. You heard about what happened at the police station, right? She didn't say anything. So we can't just barge in there ourselves. She believes in the government and the court and thinks she can prove her innocence. Do you believe that'll happen? I believe in her. Wait for me here, Summer. I'll call the other guys. I'll call the other guys to go with us. We should be standing by her side right now, no matter what. Summer slumps over on the ground, cradling his head, watching Lamia leave. Oh. If he hadn't helped the Venetians transport their goods without telling Irene, what if the car accident hadn't happened? If that car accident hadn't. If he hadn't asked Irene for help. If he had managed to break free from his chains earlier and make it to the port in time. He's the reason why this incident happened. But now, the one standing in court awaiting trial is his best friend and his daughter. He gropes around in a pocket for a business card. He doesn't know who snuck it in. He doesn't know who snuck it in the gaps of his camping van door. The card only has an address on it. This place. Porto. Irene. I know you're smart with me in most cases. But this time, I know I can help you out for sure. He stands up and leaves the camping grounds alone. Irene, identity matches the registered information. The blaze at Zona Porto yesterday caused serious property damage, put the lives of dozens of workers at the port at risk, and gravely threatened the public safety of Novovoshani. Carnival is right around the corner, and this incident will immeasurably affect public opinion. The court has examined the evidence submitted by the police and found that the Great Wolf Parade float, the source of the fire, has obvious traces of arson. Wow. The vehicle was from the Truckers Union. The police reviewed the truck's shift schedule and found that it was not deployed at that time, and should not have been in Porto Novovoshano. You heard the head of the Truckers Union also just happened to be at the scene of the crime. Lavessa, you are our prime suspect. You have every right to defend yourself. I choose to defend myself with my gut. Your Honor, I'm happy to tell you everything I know. Irene calmly explains how yesterday's fire had no links to anyone from the Truckers Union. But the judge's expression becomes even gloomier. He just can't help her, even if he wants to. Of course. As long as the real culprit doesn't show up, her attempt to defend herself will be for naught. Whoa, the poor lady. Don't you want to help her out, Texas? You could stand up and vouch for her, etc. The court might be lenient on her if it's you. I know what you're thinking, Lapland. Nova Shini's law abide absolutely cannot be trampled upon or scorned like that. They strove to make these rules a reality. Then, I fear you can only sit back and watch everything unfold. Or... Lapland sends Texas a provocative look, eager to try something. I could care less for your boring rules. Want me to help you out? No words. Why? It is once again a why are you like this? Silence. Please hold on. The court has just received a supplementary list of new witnesses who would like to provide testimony. Alberto Solacio. What's wrong, Your Honor? As a legal citizen who has completed his identity registration with total compliance with the new Urban Management Act, surely my testimony will be valid in court. Of course. Please state your testimony for the record. Senor Solucio, are you intending to provide evidence to the court to prove that Irene was indeed related to the fire? Alberto does not answer. His gaze falls on the opposite side of the witness box. Venetia Jr. and the other Venetians are sitting on the left side of the audience. Alberto's eyes turn to the seat behind Venetia Jr. There sits his own daughter, the banished Solacio. She crosses her legs, grins, and waves to him, as if no one else is in the room. Next to her is Texas. Ciao. Texas, my dear father is watching us. Stop being so reserved and wave along. Senor Solacio. Please continue your testimony. I was there as well. I can attest that Senora Larissa did not start the fire. And then he yaps. Oh, this track is nice. I need to figure out what this track is called. It should be here. Summer. The boss made us wait here for you. Come, he wants to see you. Are you from the Venetians or the Solacios or the medics? This'll help Irene, right? Right up ahead. The container in that corner. Just open the door and go in. Alright. Irene, sorry for not telling you, but I already made arrangements for Guri. You know how I kept asking for more shifts and saved quite a bit of cash? It should be at least enough to pay for 2 years of oripery treatment for her. For oripery treatment and her school fees. School isn't too far from our camp, so it'll be easy to look after her this way too. I did take you in at the start. But compared with all the help you've given us all these years, it's hard to say who has helped the other more. Oop, fuck. Irene, it's not fair they've got a spotlight on you now. It's time you think about yourself too. I want to say, I've never been much of an idealist. After all, I've seen enough in this life. I know very well what I can or can't. I'm just a tiny supermarket owner, a driver who hopes that he can live, or that he can... driver who hopes that we can all live a peaceful life. This is also why I was willing to follow you here. The shop's no more, but we can always move to a new place and figure out a new way of life. There's no need to waste our time on those guys who ruined our lives. Everyone gets their share of bad luck. So, there's no need to blame anyone. We have to stay away from troubles. Fortunately, you helped us find a good spot. Bet Guru will like it here. Dot 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 dot. I'll guarantee you, my testimony is absolutely true. As I said earlier, she was with me the whole time from yesterday before noon until the fire happened at the port. 2 Solasio Vino vineyards will soon welcome our first harvest. I hope the Truckers Union will allocate a fleet to help transport our fresh grapes. This is why we were at the port to check things out. My employee can vouch for us as well. Sounds of agreement. In other words, Senora Lavassa has a strong alibi. Magnifico. My astute padre has tied the Truckers Union to the Solasios. That poor driver will have to do his bidding in the future. I don't think it ends. I don't think it'll end just like that. The truck came from your union. We checked the shipping schedule, and it wasn't slated to have any arrangements for the last 2 days. So why did it show up at the port and had become one of the floats? Senor Lavessa, even if you truly did not start the fire, as head of your union, it is your responsibility to explain the legal usage of this car. I can testify for Senor Lavessa on that point. Senor Venetia? Your Honor, please take a look at the customs declaration form in the supplementary evidence you received earlier. The truck was transporting tires for Venetia Trucking. This is it. Go in. He's waiting. The shipping container door lies ajar, and Summer can see a faint light flickering inside the dark interior. So, Juan Terra is helping me and Irene. Enough questions. Go in, and you'll find it out at once. You want to help that driver, and so do we. This is all you need to know. Summer puts his hands on the door and hesitates. Can you guarantee there's no one available to answer him? The mafioso already left him, leaving him on his own. Irene, I don't have the brains. I don't have brains or guts like you. Which is why I was so surprised, but also worried when you promised Judge Lavinia and Mayor Leon you'd be the head of the union. It meant we're going to get tons of trouble. And sure enough, we did. But back then, you told me that we're what? Blah, 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 blah. You told me what we were starting wasn't exactly a union to help the city hall handle the familiar, but an association to prove mutual aid to anyone in a similar situation as us. Shut up! I'm not. Dot. You always say I was the one who took you in, but we all know it was you who gave me another chance at life. Shut up! I can read. I'm not saying we're here now. No, and I'm not saying we're even now. I owe you so much. Irene, if the day comes where I can help you out, I won't hesitate at all. I want Guri to think of her papa as an... I'm spiraling. Help! Catch me! I don't want Guri to think of her papa as an ungrateful person. I tried to be a good role model for her. Signor Venetia, I'm sure you're clear on what your statement means, right? Signor Salaccio claims he submitted testimony out of his responsibility as a citizen. This incident actually involves Venetian trucking. The demand for our vehicles here has spiked in the last 2 months because of Carnival. And we had to order an impromptu shipment of automotive consumables from the other cities. This newly arrived batch of goods has already cleared custom, and the truckers union was helping us to do a last mile delivery. It was an impromptu request, which is why they haven't updated this job on their schedule. Man, she's getting bailed out by 2 different families. Signor Lavesa, do correct me if I got anything wrong. You're right. We do have a paper trail, if needed. As for why that truck was found in the port amongst the floats, we don't know who did it yet, so I implore the police to continue their investigation. Though, at least the truckers' union did not use their truck illegally, and Senora Velasa was merely a bit negligent in this whole affair. We'll verify the information. Oh, that poor driver's pretty lucky. We were so close to the end of the tunnel. The pivotal testimonies from my father and Valicia Jr. are enough to clear Irene of suspicion. Nothing will happen to her. But the suspicion has now become an outsider. Irene's the actual person involved, but she can't get a word in. The courtrooms turned into an exclusive stage for the Venetians and Salaccios. Yeah, no, she's not a barbarian. Like, the thing about Lapland as a character is, yeah, as I just said, she isn't a barbarian, at all. There is just no too much for her. There isn't an upper limit. Everything is allowed. And if there's anything that she finds interesting in the moment, then that is the most interesting thing in that moment. These two factions are clearly fighting under the table, but they seem to have a transit understanding once they're in court. Everyone knows that's how the mafia works. That's how mafia works! Oh my god, Mafia City sponsorship? That's how mafia works. That the translators had to know when they made translate into specifically that. They want to claim complete innocence and seize the truckers union for themselves at the same time. Of course. After all, we haven't found an actual person who started the fire. Unless they'll never find the person ever again. The familiar never consider what the persons involved are willing to offer when they want something in return. I have to contact Lavinia. He takes 2 deep breaths, pushes the shipping container door open, and goes in. Nobody's here. Inside, there's a sole lamp and chair with no one else. Summer is stunned. He decides to wait as long as he can. He decides to wait as long as he can help Irene this way. He's willing to wait. Irene, I like this new city. I hope Guri likes it too. At the very least, I've prepared a better environment for her here. Gracias, Irene. Look, I better get going. I've never gotten a late delivery on my record. He should be here. Blat. How am I supposed to find him in such a huge place? Lamia anxiously pops in and out of alleys created by containers, trying to locate any trace of Summer, until she hears a voice nearby. So, where are you going on vacation after Carnival? Well, is she? The old school musical theater. The old school musical theater's there. I'm planning to go in the more sophisticated establishments. I'd rather go to Tourney. I hear the clubs are what have male pero striptease dancers from Bolivar. Yeah, yo, hot dogs. You better tuck your tail in if you do so, Salasio. Want me to recommend you some ticket vendors in Volshini? Fanboy Hooters and Arknights, yeah, boy. You're a pretty good guy, and get the work done quick. If you can't get along with the Venetians, come find me, and I'll introduce you to some guys. I'll pass. Wanna smoke? This ladder's pretty easy to use. Lamia sees the two yapping openly. I love how yapping has become a real term that they're using. But she could not care less about what they're talking about. The sole target is the golden lighter one of them is playing with in his hand. She recognizes the lighter and knows that the two are not its owner. It belongs to a driver who does not smoke. What Lamia doesn't know is that it originally belonged to a familiar associate. After a roller coaster ride, it ends up in the back of the hands of the mob once more. That was all of PV7. I'm so fucking interested in seeing where this goes. Like... Surely, I will finish the story today. So, one thing that's kind of standing out to me really heavily about this story is... It's not about finding out who did it. It's finding out that even with... Hold up. Even with the laws of the city, like, backing themselves up, they can't stop the way that the city has always worked. The Mafia isn't going away just because there's new rules. They just find ways to continue operating with the rules there. It has to be a symbiotic relationship instead of a parasitic one. So, the truck accident was an accident, seemingly, unless we're getting new evidence at some point. But I trust Lapland when she says that that truck crash was entirely random. But because it happens in a city that is so distrusting of everyone and everything, everyone is pointing guns at each other. And if you listen to the lyrics of the boss theme, part of it is literally, none of us brought the guns. It's all just ambiguous morality. I'm cinema enhancing in real life. Texas, you're back. With me. What? Am I not welcome here? Lapland? Let's not overreact here. What if we disturb the patient's beauty rest? Texas, quick, tell a dear judge I'm here to deliver some documents. Here, Your Honor. I've met a judge at the door who wanted to pass this by you. The mayor's ward can't have too many people in here, so Texas and I took to deliver it to you before we walked in. Arson of Nova Port. Emergency court hearing. Defendant Irene. The driver's lady is your friend, right? Relax. Just flip to the back. She has been acquitted? She was acquitted on the spot. Texas and I happened to sit in that court hearing. So exciting. The Venetians... Sorry. I mean, the Venetia Trucking and Silasio Vino bosses both testified and vouched for her innocence. And even fought over who got to send her home after the trial. Yeah, like, I figured that that's what acquitted means. Like, you know, she got out of there. Tisk tisk. A popular girl, to be sure. Yeah, we've learned 2 new words today. Write that down. The way she walked out of the courthouse reminded me of how the Familiar would take a courthouse trip as proof of maturity. Sign to confirm. Receive the verdict. Leave the court. The process went smoothly, but Irene is still a little dizzy. The sunlight stings her eyes. and she lowers her her head. On the huge court square, there are 2 cars parked in her inevitable path. Both car hoods sport a special emblem. Patterns one can see everywhere in Syracuse. Even if she didn't realize that Silasio Vino logo or the Venetian family crest, there's no way she could possibly fail to recognize the 2 men before their respective cars. Irene knows that they're waiting for her. Familiar Silasio and familiar Venetia. Congratulations, Signora Lavazza. There's nothing worth congratulating. Signor Silasio, the fire yesterday was an accident, but my worries have indeed been solved. Albeit in a confusing way. I've been thinking I shouldn't cause you any further troubles, since I ended up asking you to meet with me for nothing. But you showed up today, which means you just declared to everyone that Salutios want to help the truckers union, of course. Our present situation does mean some dealings are no longer on the table. But I'm sure we will come to know the valuables a valuable friendship can be in Syracuse. Our agreement remains, Signor Lavezza. Zio Alberto, I hope I'm not disturbing you. Signora Lavezza. Signora Lavezza helped us transport our tires, and since something has happened to them, I have to work out compensation with her. Tex is dumb. I like that it's facing the other way. Signor Venetia. Don't worry. Today, we've probably met for the first time, but we've already had a good understanding between us. You said nothing at all in court, which was wonderful. I think we have a lot to talk about, such as the truckers union and many other matters. Get in the car, I'll drive you back. Venetia Jr. A loud horn interrupts the conversation between the 3. And a truck drives between the 2 cars, coming to a steady stop before Irene. The driver's door opens and Irene sees Lamia get off the truck. Lamia? What's wrong? Let's go. I came to take you back home. There's a lot back at camp waiting for you. Alright, let's go. Why did he die? Why did him going into a container and dying help her? Once we're home, we have to quickly figure out a way to send Summer away for a time. He's not safe in the city right now. Something on your mind, Lamia? Lamia says nothing, hands tightening as she's holding to Irene. Huh? Isn't this Summers? He did everything he could. I should have understood long ago that Familiar will never allow anyone who might pose a threat to them to live. Irene looks through the mirror in the rear view. Mirror and meets the 2 mob bosses' eyes. She suddenly understands why they had confidently testified for her, and why they had both waited for her in the square. Venetia Jr. was right. Their silence and their voices meant the 3 parties had reached a transit understanding in court. Or attack it? A reached an understanding. Where's Summer? I'm sorry, I couldn't find him. Irene's grip tightens on the lighter. The things did exceed everyone's expectations, and they had no choice but to come down here and protect me. And someone had to pay the price. They want the guys at the city hall and the court to know that the Truckers Union and Familia are on the same boat. Those two earlier, they were basically fighting over territory. Are you having fun? The court hearing does not mean the matter has come to a close. It's only just beginning. For a long time to come, the Familia will become a thorn in the Truckers Union's side. You'll have to struggle against these people to maintain that tactic. That tacit, disgraceful understanding. The truck gets further and further away from the court square. She looks at the lighter in her hand, and her fear suddenly dissipates somewhat. It's not over yet, Alberto, Antonio. When Summer and I had just moved here from Venice, we really thought we left the Familia. What a joke. I'm sorry, Summer. I'll never trust them ever again. That's rough, man. Why they gotta make me invested in these characters, man? Fuck. Such an interesting scene. Like it came straight out of a film. Lazio and Venetia fellas, truck drivers, so many people surrounding that driver lady. They took up half the courthouse square. They stopped hating money. They called it my coming of age ceremony. The first time I went into a courthouse. When I came out, there wasn't many people greeting me. Texas had it even worse. She came to Syracuse as a guest and accidentally got herself involved in a lawsuit. I was the only one who greeted her after. Stop bringing up your boring pranks, Lapland. Senora Lapland, thank you for coming here and for the reminder. If there's nothing else, please leave the ward. You're welcome. Just the least I could do. Carnival is tomorrow, dear judge. You still have a lot to do. I was with Lapland the whole time yesterday noon. By the time we reached the port, the fire was already dying. She's not directly involved with it. She spent the entire night after that just being a taxi driver. We went to the courthouse today, and then came here to the hospital. Right now, I'm not sure what she's planning. Are you still looking through the files, Lavinia? Judging from its contents, there was no problem whatsoever with the hearing. But the feeling I'm getting is all too familiar for my liking. They covered everything in the trial, and the testimony and the evidence that are stated in detail. But other than getting one acquitted, I didn't find any truths or solve any problems. In Volshini and the other places in Syracuse, most cases can only end up with a case file like this one. I had thought a trial would no longer exist here in Nova Volshini. I had thought such a trial would no longer exist here in Volshini. Lavinia, you don't have to console me, Texas. What concerns me more is when did these people actually start to care about whether a citizen outside the familiar is innocent or not? What's more, before this hearing, Familiar Venetia had a near-perfect record in the city. You couldn't easily find a reason for criticism, but this time, Venetia Jr. actually showed up. From Dimitri to Ingrid, I may spend the last 2 days chasing the wrong direction. What is certain, before this trial, or because of this trial, they are now on the same side. Leon's car accident, the hit-and-run vehicle, the port fire, these three obviously have a deeper connection. The Solacios, the Venetians, and the Truckers Union. What are these three forces hiding together? Lavinia closes the file, running her hand over the court emblem. Then the new Urban Management Act on its cover. After a moment, she raises her hand. Texas looks at her friend. She seemed somewhat gloomy and confused earlier, but she's definitely back to her old self now. Carnival is tomorrow, but Leon is still in coma. I'm running out of time to figure out what kind of plans they have in store. We can't let the situation worsen, let alone stay sitting fouls. You mean these people still think the new Urban Act is something they can use, but I shall show them that it is the foundation of order in this city. More chips. Oh. Hey, you can't go inside. Texas. Bursting into my winery. My winery. Yeah, winery. Without reason. Does not seem like something you would do. Of course. Told you we'd find you here, Senor Alberto. These are Sulacio's Vino qualification documents submitted in the past months. A group of employees have, in the short span of 2 months, changed their positions in your company's registered profiles several times. First, they were security personnel, then winemakers, then technical staff. We have reason to suspect that Sulaco Vino is employing illegal methods to circumvent the standard background check procedure. Please come to us to attest our investigation. Didn't the constant changes happen because the city hall keeps changing the requirements? What's the big idea? Digging up these old files so suddenly? Don't waste your breath. These cops are obviously targeting us Sulacios on purpose. Vaffenculo. We paid more than we've paid so much in certification fees. Reading hard. Anyways, don't let them take away the Don. On our turf. Stop. Don't get in the police's way. If they're only suspecting the Sulacio Vinery for circumventing background checks. Oh. Background checks illegally, then it won't be difficult to resolve. We just need time. Listen to him. Got it done, Alberto. This must have been the judge's idea. What? Of course, she's aware that she can't do much with such a trivial offense, but she can at least keep me in jail for the next few days. She must have gone to Venetia Jr. or Irene, otherwise you wouldn't be the one standing here right now. I just happen to be free today. Making such swift decisions, with only the little information she has, decisive. I still remember her looking so weak when she rushed to my place looking for Bernardo last year. She was a completely different person. Tell me that all this won't help you. There's nothing to fear if you're truly innocent. Of course, I'll go with you. I'll do my best to aid your investigation. I said in court today, I'm simply following my duty as a citizen of the city. Besides, Sulacio Vino will not pause operations because of my temporary departure. Dimitri, I'm sure you must be familiar with our work here in Novashini by now, yes? Certainly done. Certainly done, Alberto. Take care of my veneries for now. Manager of Sulacio Vino. Of course. Chips. Ah. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 more things to read. Oh. I'm not sure. But we'll see. We're only 2 hours in. Oh my god, we're only 2 hours in. I'm gonna real quick refill my water. Enjoy ads for a little bit. I'll see you in just a minute.
Cool.
So, we're right back to... Why are you running? What the fuck do you mean, Scatter? Come back! I know you do, and I do too with some of the streams that I watch. But why? It's not actually the Bald Man. It's not often that I do watch streams. There's a select few streamers that that I actively watch, or semi-actively. You should do Kiss a Homie? What? That's crazy. Usually, I riot. The streamer is gone, we're all extremely angry, and we will riot because of it. But then the streamer comes back and realizes that we're angry, and the streamer has more power than we have, so we run. That's the reason why I scatter. You sent for me, Don Venetia.
Anton has a question for you.
Over here, Carl. Oh, it's Carl again.
Antonio. Any cars headed towards Silesia recently? Passenger routes are operating as usual, though most people are coming in here and not out. Good.
Go pack up your belongings. You should be able to make the last ride over. Gotcha. Huh? Antonio, what is the meaning of this? Don't you have a fratello in Silesia? You can't stay in Nova Vashani any longer. And it can't go back to Montobe either. You should go to him. Your neglectance has caused us to lose a whole carload of tires. I gave you a chance. Just greet the Don at the port. Couldn't even manage that. That old Salucio Stronzo. No, very fun. Lap dumb ping pong with Texas. The Texas dumb is very good. That old Salucio Strongo even got to meet Papa before you did. Carl, I've already given you the most decent ending possible by letting you leave alive for this. A check from a bank with a huge sum written on it. The familiar associate takes it, stunned. Sees his own name written on the upper left, already crossed out by Antonio himself. Call it a settlement fee. Without the familiar's protection, you'll need a lot of money. I've been with the Venetians. I was about to say Phoenicians. That's not quite what they are. Yeah, when it comes to 7-3 combinations. I've been with the Venetians for more than a decade. I was following the Don before you even came here. Can't you just, for his sake... Don Venetia! Employees who makes mistakes must naturally be punished. Yes? Of course. You're the head of Venetia Trucking. You call the shots. Anton, you didn't inform me of this in advance. Please don't blame me for this. The police was just here earlier.
They wanted to inspect the vehicle factories and service stations under the Venetian name. They said it's just a routine inspection before Carnival, but the official warrant said it was an impromptu check. I also just received news that Alberto was suddenly temporarily detained for corporate qualification issues.
Pussy, please. Yeah. And Holyak, please.
I have no doubt the trial this morning has upset our dear Judge Lavinia. She's hoping to control the situation. She knows nothing. she hopes to control this. I'm very bad at speaking today.
Flatman motivated. Yeah.
She's hoping to control a situation she knows nothing of this way. The situation spiraled out of my control, so I had to deal with Carl like that. It'll be hard to convince the masses otherwise. This year, Venetia Trucking has carefully complied with the new Urban Management Act, and the only clue we had proving otherwise was burnt to cinders yesterday at the port. The only person who can affect our business has been dealt with. But when Carnival is over and Lavinia has her hands free, I'm afraid she'll try her best to target us. How do you plan on handling it? My original idea was to slowly transform the city. Let it have a set of laws absent in other cities, while establishing an underground order in the Syracusans. The Syracusans are accustomed to.
Oh, it's absolute cinema with the Doctor. That's great. The only issue with it is it's a bit small, so you should grab the image, download it, stretch it sideways so that it's bigger, and then re-upload it so it can.
Venetia Trucking's businesses has been smooth sailing. The trick is to follow these two tenets: comply with the new Urban Management Act, but also not.
I love stealing from the internet.
Of course, the other familiar are doing the same, but adapting to the rules of the new game is quite difficult. The Venetian can fit perfectly into both sets of laws, and we have been excelling at it. So much so that today we can discard one and switch to the other immediately. So you want to completely control the city? You've lost yourself, Anton. Don't forget Nova Shani has Signora Celicia's endorsement. She supports the youth's reform. You are openly defying her authority and turning us against all of Syracuse this way. You're using the entire familiar Venetia as your betting chip. It sounds like that, yes. The last one to do so was Bernardo. He only died last year. Are you afraid of Signor Celicia? Afraid of the youngsters at the city hall yelling their ideals across the room?
Yeah, we have a Pepe, please.
You've really gotten old, Papa. He's about to kill him. We Venetians hold a most unusual seat in the Grey Hall. A hybrid familiar. Lupos with no blood ties who left the previous pack. Vulpos like Ingrid, and Peros like you. The other familiar do not think too kindly of us, but we stand here today nonetheless. Our presence here embodies every Venetian's sweat and blood. Our ties run closer than bloodlines, and I want everyone in the familiar to have a decent end. But you want to put us in great danger, Anton. I think you've forgotten my teachings. Papa, I never mentioned how Pero like me end up here in Syracuse. I was a soldier, serving the true Bolivarians. I have no superficial understanding of the solution in Bolivar. It basically doesn't matter which flag you fight under in Bolivar. You don't have to understand why there are 3 parties fighting one another. I mean, everyone's just trying to survive by giving it their all. I was in a guerrilla force raiding a city under the Sickness dynasty. But we were discovered and the entire squad became captives. The 20 of us emptied every pocket and piled every possession together, bribing the executioner to spare us, changing our status from death penalty to hard labor. The officer responsible for driving us was a paunchy aristocrat. He was drunk that day and made a mistake during the review process, and only came to us with a truck big enough to sit 10 people. She can fix me. The executioner asked him what to do next. Can you guess how that Strosso replied? He belched from his drink as he whipped out a pen and drew a circle on our list, saying, "There's clearly only 10 people on the list, right?" We killed him, cut off his head, escaped Bolivar, and what happened next? I'm sure you know. Anton, this is the first time I've heard of. It's been too long, I almost forgot about it. Do you know why it suddenly came back to me? I was discussing with our young and promised mayor about building a logistical network in the city. He refused me and then shared how the city came about and its mission. A so-called experimental ground with a new order governing people from the old, vastly different from Syracusan tradition. He knew people would have trouble adapting. Irreconcilable conflicts would occur, and the system might even swallow groups of people in the process. But it couldn't be helped. There was a potential future. All of that happened because 4 young people sat at the Grey Hall's round table and lobbied for their idea so passionately. Signora Celicia allocated them one of Syracusan's 23 cities without hesitation. A move so cavalier, I think, that the aristocrat who circled half our names away. Papa, Leon was indeed quite sincere and inspiring at the time. But I almost lost control. I wanted to burst into laughter. The boy knows nothing at all. You said I lost myself. No, not at all. What I want to do has always been the same. I hate that aristocrat and Signor Celicia. I hate their power. I hate their power to wantonly? They're about to wantonly draw their circles as they please. I want to take it all away from them. That's concrete. Oh, that's cement. Close enough. Anton. Alright, Papa. I've said a bit too much today. I'm not here to let you lecture me on decency or dignity. No, I'm here to analyze what's going on in Syracuse. Yeah. My activities this year alone are not enough to land a seat at the gambling table. Papa, don't we have a landship en route nearby? I'd like the right to make an emergency dispatch. This is something only Don Venetia can do. I refuse. Will the men guarding the door deal with me like how you handled Carl? Of course not. You are truly a decent man worthy of a dignified end. You're old, Papa. Haven't you always suggested you retire? Excuse me, is Irene not here right now? Your Honor? Irene is not here. Everyone went to celebrate her acquittal. That's why. So, why aren't you with them? I'm just servicing the trucks, see? Carnival is tomorrow. I'll need a lot of cars. Someone has to do it. You're lying, senor. When you see her, please let Irene know that I need to meet her, even outside of office hours. Got it. Irene, here. The schedule table for this year. As you said, I marked all the Venetia trucking related records, trip times, loading instructions, driving names are all set. Yep, matches with Summer's notebook. Summer wanted to bring Guri here. Carmelo was secretly nursing his injuries with alcohol and couldn't get it from us. Kenya and Rigo had their own troubles too. Every member of ours they targeted was carefully selected. There aren't many records, but the shipment frequency is very consistent. That night wasn't the first time they smuggled weapons into the city for sure. You were right. That judge came. The judge did come looking for you at the camp. After she left, some familiar associates were trailing her in secret. So I drove behind her car and came back here only after I saw her enter the courthouse. Good. There's also one more thing. What is it? I happened to see Salucio's Vino legal team hurrying into the courthouse. I asked around, and apparently not long before, the police had suddenly shown up at one of the Salucio's wineries, and took Alberto away. Venetia Trucking also got the cops at the door. At the same time. The police and the judges should be inspecting the factories right now. Lavinia probably doesn't know about the weapons yet, but the car accident and the port fires have already been sent out a dangerous signal. Leon's injured and still hospitalized even now. As Nuo Vashini's supreme justice, she tries her best to get the situation under control. She didn't use a direct method like us. She didn't use a direct method with us like she did with the other two. She went to the camp to warn us. In other words, an ultimatum. What about what Lamia just said? Neither Alberto or Venetia Jr. will willingly meet their demise. Lavinia's in danger right now. Those wise guys only followed her with no intention to harm her. We're in Nova Vashini after all. We've got cops patrolling the streets. Besides, they have an even better time slot available. You mean Carnival? We could let the judge know. Irene stays still for a long time before shaking her head. I'm still hesitant to let her know about the truckers' union. But you can really just stand here and watch something happen to her. She's not a bad person, at least. You got it wrong, Lamia. It's too late for us to stay out of it. If the familiar dare make a direct attempt of Lavinia's life during the carnival, there's no chance to let the truckers' union go. If that happens, we can only wait for the slaughter to happen. I'm just thinking what I should do. I don't want something like what happened with Summer to happen again. Giving Lavinia a direct warning isn't the best choice here. Lamia, did you see the weapons? How many were there? Based on the amount I saw, and total number of shifts on the schedule, I estimate there's enough Venetia weapons in the city to arm several tactical squads with 12 people each. What a very specific number. We have more than 200 registered members. But if we include ad hoc staff and contract workers, we have several times the number of people. I just realized the Truckers Union is actually the largest organization in Nova Vashini. Maybe we can manage it. Protecting a single person in the dark. Person. Do you really want to just protect that judge? Summer taught me one thing at least. No one can be trusted in this city but ourselves. So, we can only protect ourselves, even if that means resorting to violence. When I was in Ursus, I knew someone with similar ideals. She lost herself in the end. Tallulah! You want to stop me? No. What happened with Summer needs a proper ending. But of course, he wouldn't want to see you lose yourself either. Irene, I guarantee you. Oh yeah, Irene, I guarantee you won't cross that final line. I promise you I won't, Lemire. I'm perfectly aware of what I'm doing. Hey, that one felt shorter. Maybe we can do all of it tonight. Oh, here's a cutscene stage. Yeah, it's definitely not longer than the average thingy. Pizza delivery from One More Slice. Pumpkin pepper, cheese, fries, sausage, supreme, devil's pepper, a classic mozzarella. I'm sorry. Pumpkin pepper? Okay, so I need to become very, very bad friends with every possible Italian in existence. Over here, a lot of places have actually put a fries pizza on the menu.
And it's, most of the time, it's actually one of the pizza types that I really like going for. And it's not so much because they necessarily go really well together, but it's weirdly, I guess, funny, and we have a Danish word for it. It's called hyggelig. It's neat. It's nice to be able to either be a fucking pizza pig and try and hold up the pizza slice and actually, you know, keep the fries on it while you eat, or you just chill with your friends and you just eat fries, and then, oh, there's little enough fries on this pizza slice that I can balance it without trouble, and you just eat pizza as well. So, like, the fries, I don't mind. I actually really like fries pizzas. Yeah, you definitely spelled that right. Let me help you here. Hygge. The thing that I'm confused about is pumpkin pepper. That just feels a bit strange. I don't know what supreme is. A devil's pepper, that's fine. It's just a spicy pizza. Eat up! Can't work on an empty stomach. This one's yours, Senor Emperor? Should I call you consultant instead? Not bad. Soft and cheery crust. Nice meaty flavor. You got a card for this? You got a card for this pizza? Emperor on screen! I made it myself at the dock worker's kitchen. Oh. I can write down the recipe for you if you want. No need to be shy. It's the least I can do. If not for your help, we couldn't possibly have fixed all the damaged floats before the parade tonight. I'm just I didn't read authentic, I read autistic. I hate my brain. I'm just thinking about how authentic Syracusan pizza might go over with the Arknights. Maybe Exusia could add it to the menu at the ends of the earth. I don't know how to do a proper. I don't know how to do. I know kind of what I need to do, but part of me wants to resolve to a Boston, but part of me also like just fucking be Eminem. But like, slash ban M-A a capitalized I-C-A uppercase C. So he's thinking about bringing pizza from the Italians to the America, Colombia. Huh, I wonder if that would happen in real life too. I wonder if Americans will like pizza. What about that senor who's singing while working? Should I call him over? Hey, Big Mouth over there. This'll shut you up. High Priest! You have to go to band rehearsal? Oh man, cringe. I honestly might pause either after this one or after the next one. We'll see. I'm kind of aiming for 4 hours again. I don't know what's worse. The way you break into song anytime, anywhere, or that obnoxious singing voice of yours, or the song itself. I mean, what's that crap? Crap? I mean, what is that crap? You belt out while chapping together your building blocks in the jungle?
I'll see you later. Bye.
I can't find the energy to work without song. Unlike you, who's just sitting there giving advice, I'm the one who has put in work and sweat.
Hey, you got a reason to do it. I don't. Mouse, I thought you were going. It's your float that got its ass burned off, wasn't it?
It was bad enough that I didn't look cool at all, but also how could they put me in so close to that wolf? Well, all the other floats have their arms and legs stuck back together and stuck back in place. The only one left is the wolf. That's just a pile of ash now. If you ask me, it makes more sense to spend the time making the other floats look cooler than rebuilding one float. There are so many floats, who's gonna miss one wolf?
Fair enough.
No, you can't do that. There are many legends of the beast in Syracuse, but the wolf is special. City Hall already announced the number of floats and what they'll be based on. You'll get anxious if one is missing. You know... Hey, Fatso, stop stuffing that pie in your mouth. You know... wait, stop... Hey, Fatso, stop stuffing that pie in my mouth. Pineapple? On pizza? Now that's what I call radical.
Hold up. I need to, That's my computer, don't worry about it.
Do all Syracusan cops have a... Do all Syracusan cops have to learn to make pizza? Oh no, my papa has a pizzeria in the other city. I used to help out there. I'm pretty well known. When I was little, I dreamed about having branches all over Syracuse. Even our own dedicated headquarters plate. Maybe you've heard of our ad? Know me pizza. One more slice even when you're full. Nope. Never had the money to start a second one. Business was good, but no one dares to not pay for their food, but paying our protection fee takes up most of our profit. I came when I heard that the Nova Vashani Police Academy was recruiting. Maybe I'll be able to protect the shop once I become a cop. I know what you want to say. It sounds naive, doesn't it? Being a cop is much harder. And then there's all the trouble that's popped up these last couple of days. Think of this another way. Becoming a cop means you can change your slogan. Naomi's Pizza. If it isn't good, you can lock me up. Oh?
Your neck is mentioned. We take another screenshot of that.
You remind me of my Sumama. My Zumama. The young always have such simple goals and such strong motivations. This is all your fault, Fatso. I didn't even have time to tell Sumama I was coming here.
She could have been in the event.
Ain't any parties worth bringing us. Ain't any parties worth bringing us together, Big Mouth. Besides, you got serious business talking about
She's talking about after the party. Anyways, I really appreciate it. We were at our end's wit when you guys offered to help. As for your compensation, I'll put in an application in the city hall as soon as the carnival is over. We got our compensation already. Emperor puts another slice of pizza in his mouth. You'll see this through to the end. This is good pizza after all. High Priest puts another pizza in his mouth. The entire thing. Ow. Gotta admit, it gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling to see that wolf burn to ashes. So you... but it don't compare to the anger I felt when a good party gets ruined. Oh, cruel fate. All the other stalls are busy preparing for a killing tonight. We're the only ones We're the only one who's been given the death sentence. I don't really care. You're eating all the losers. That's just not fair. Fuck. That's just not fair. I did what I did with good intentions. I was trying to minimize the losses in the rain the other day. By getting the beer cart instead of the food drying in the courtyard out of the open. Mistakes happen. The beer cart is fully exposed and equipped with a functioning thermostat. Who cares if it gets a little rain on it? But you had to push it back. Now you cost me a spot. And there you cost me the spot that took me so much effort to get. No stall, no food, no bitches. This ain't a carnival. It's my funeral. I should have stuck to the movies. Yeah. I had a deal with the mafiosi, who all fancy themselves filmmakers. But at least I got to make a living. Shouldn't have listened to you. I shouldn't listen to your tall tales and came here. You again. You're still here? Did you fall asleep on the spot after that ice cream? Father? Father? I really should take a photo of you right now. So, what's stopping you? I'll pay if it looks good. Huh? You said a photo, right? Yeah? Today is the biggest day in Nova Vashani. Everyone should show up fully dressed. Masks, costumes, and massive, mysterious floats. Definitely something I would want to take a few photos of, for the memories. But I can't stop something like that. Not when the parade keeps rolling. Wouldn't it be great if there was a potential photographer who could be put in my stead? Besides, it's better for business than competing. It's better for business than competing with everyone else selling beer and ice cream. And to tell you the truth, your ice cream wasn't that competitive. Not sweet enough. You heard the father. What are you standing around for? Huh? What's happening now? Go and get the camera. Don't forget to buy extra. Don't forget to buy a few more film rolls. Thank you. Kind of two furs and one tail. Looks like this guy and I just don't match. Problems always float to the surface, and there's always ways to deal with them. I don't think there's a church in this town. Where did you come from, Father? Antelope? The capital? Did you come all this way for carnival? An old friend asked me to see it, that's all. It's been a long time since Syracuse had something this big after all. Like, Litanian's Empress's celebration, which takes place every year and involves an entire country, and she gets bigger every year. Yes, it has been a long time since Syracuse had anything this big. I can't figure out the voice for him. He doesn't quite seem old enough to get the old treatment, but you know. I hope it doesn't rain. It would make it so much harder to keep the peace. Oh. What are you doing, Signor Venisa? You're not using this cloth anymore, right? Picked it out of the discarded pile. Just right for wiping my blade. I could get you a piece of softer cloth. Of softer cotton cloth for you. No need for that. Will there be festivities on every... there will be festivities on every street tonight. There is no need for you to stay at Taylor Montano. I promised Vargo to solve your problem. You found Lucino and accompanied me to the Villa Venetia to bring him back. You've already helped so much. There's no need to thank me, Umbrado. You saved Lucino yourself by convincing Venetian Senior by convincing Venetian Senior to not pursue the matter any further. He's still shutting himself in the room. I haven't seen him. Don't tell me he's ran away again. If he runs away, just let him. So much has happened over the past couple of days. He's still young, needs time to process things. Perhaps I've been too strict. Maybe he's struggling with how to view you. His own grandfather, an old tailor, and once terror of Syracusan dons. Well, that's not important. What's important is how he views himself. After he stood at death's door and learned about all these things in the past. And he needs to figure it out. I don't have that much time left. Well, Signor Venetia, I bid you adieu. You already know, don't you? What? The culprit who hurt your daughter. And why would you say that? Did you forget I was once a killer too, Signora Venetia? Your weapon is sharp and needs no honing, and you are not in the habit of doing so. When a killer stands poised with their blade, they are either planning to put it away forever, or planning to put it in someone. Fair point. More conjecture than proof at this point, but at least I have something. That's why I said you don't have to thank me. You came to know Vashani, stayed at at Di Montano to learn about the truth, who planned the assassination, and who hurts Signora Lisa. Signora Lisa. This was your arrangement with Vargo. But if you have learned the answer, there's no reason to continue it. Besides, I don't have any troubles left to deal with. It was him. The game's not over yet. The Fangs are still in the city. I have crossed blades with them. They may be young, but they fight well. If I can find them, they can find you. You're old and frail, Umberto. There can only be one end. It's an end that's already looms large. There's nothing you can do. Tonight, at least, I wish to be alone. I have a moment of quiet to myself.
Same day, the afternoon. Alright. Alright, we'll be going. Hey, new face. Where's the old dispatcher? Shift changed about half an hour ago. He's probably in rehearsal right now. Huh? Didn't you know? He used to be a saxist. A saxist at the Teatro di Malino. They recruited him for the parade. I see. He's keeping you in the dark so he can show off tomorrow when his face is in the newspapers. Stronzo. So you're on duty tonight. Yep, I'm the new guy. On the bright side, the harbor is gonna be quiet because of the festivities. I'll turn up the radio and feel the festive spirit from there. I would go if I were you. If you want to get a good place in the proceedings. Alright, see ya. He's a mafia man. Oh. You almost let it slip. How about you do it then? Hey, I don't got acting experience. You're the one who's got it in the mayor's promotional video. It ain't the same thing. I was just being myself in the promo. We could always do another take. Screw up just now. And all Antonio's plans would have been blown. This is an important night for you and me. And for all of Venetia. Once the city is firmly under our control, Antonio will be as good as his word. He'll support you in, what's the wording, restoring glory to Cilicia. I just hope to not end up like Carl. What about musicia? Playing a saxophone in hell? In that container over there. We'll deal with the body once the dust settles. You got the dispatch station then. Don't worry. Every vehicle that goes in and out of the port has to go through special checks. Venetian trucks have been added to the list. The nomadic city's positioning system has been turned off, with the exception of a single encrypted channel. Other than the Familiar's landship, no vehicle will approach the city tonight. The rest of the boys are outside. Once the landship approaches the city and starts docking, everyone in the Overshani port who ain't part of this is gonna disappear. What about Antonio? You think the boss needs us to worry about him? A few hours left. Enjoy the night, Voluna Shalani. Enjoy the night, Nova Voshani. Enjoy the true carnival. Bit trite for an opening speech, don't you think? The voice came from above. The white wolf looks down at them from atop the crane, and with an amusement on her face. Surprise and shock on
amused on her face, and surprise and shock on theirs. Who are you? Have you been here all this time? You do her and Gabino? Gotcha. I thought you said it was trite, but you're clapping. You just gave me the first twist, didn't you? You know, I was kinda hoping for you to try, how to put it, do me in. I wanted to, but I ain't about to do something doomed to fail. Syracusan music starts playing. Fair enough. Where's your little friend? Capone? Helping Venetia Jr. and with some other stuff. Salesian's been busy, huh? What do you mean, Lapland? We've done enough for you. I can't... I mean... Venetia Jr. has put everything Familiar's built over the past years into this. At this point, even if you want to sabotage it, there's not much I can do to help. You think you know me, Gambino? Why would I make things hard for such an old friend, eh? For such an old, friend. Just do the job that your boss told you to do. What he's trying to do doesn't conflict with what I'm trying to do. Maybe I'm even trying to help him. The carnival, after all. Yeah, it's carnival after all. The night when all the wonderful dreams we were about this city will come true. That's why you don't even need to kill this guy on the ground. Oops. You really shouldn't be so eager to prove that you're a villain. No wonder Capone's racking up citizen points so much faster than you. So, what else do you want me to do? I dropped something at the Villa Venetia. Bring it to me. What is it? A gift box. You mean the one that the tailor was? Uh-huh. And a bunch of ribbons, balloons, spotlights, that kind of stuff. Hurry.
Oh, this actually is the start of part 5. The Long Carnival. Oh man, this would be honestly be a decent spot to then call it. Leave it these 3 as the last ones. I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm going to do that. This will then be a shorter stream, but I can also feel like some of the characters in this has a little bit of voice sort of like this, and it is slightly ripping in my throat even though I'm drinking water. And then tomorrow, if this is as, you know, as easy to read as I hope it is, as fast to read as I hope it is, because I think tomorrow is also going to be a 3-hour thing, and then I kind of want to extend with just something else to do at the same time. Well, maybe not at the same time, but I want to do something extra.
Ciao, Doctor. I can hear your footsteps even with my ears folded.
Oh, wow. But yeah, I have been grinding a lot of Integrated Strategies 5 off-stream. Mainly unlocking higher difficulties and making sure I actually have all of the relics unlocked. At least most of all of them. I want to try and go for ending 4. At some point. When exactly I end up doing so is a good question. I'll admit that much, that's a good question. But that is at least my plan. Now, with that in mind, I'm going to do the funny call to action thing.
Ciao, Doctor.
If you have enjoyed your time here,
Footsteps even with my ears folded.
You consider leaving me a follow. Wow.
but also just thank you if you have stayed around for any amount of the stream. It's always very nice that there are people here. And I hope that you've also been enjoying the story, even though my reading ability is a little bit broken. But yeah, that's all. That is that, and we are ready to go on with our day and do whatever it is that we might have to. I have to make dinner soon, so I will see you another time. Be safe, have a nice day, and come by again another time. Bye!